Hi, good morning all. Today I am starting Bhagavad Gita as it is and of the book of Bhagavad Gita by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I am starting from chapter number 6, that is Dhyana Yoga. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Anasritaha karma balam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnirna chakriyaha. Meaning of that, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, one who is unattached to the fruits of his work, and he who works as he is obligated in the renounced order of life, and he is the true mystic, not he who lights no fire and performs no duty. So the further explanation or purport of this verse is, in this chapter the Lord explains that the process of the Eightfold Yoga system is a means to control the mind and the senses. However, this is very difficult for people in general to perform, especially in the age of Kali Yuga. Although the Eightfold Yoga system is recommended in this chapter, the Lord emphasizes that the process of Karma Yoga or acting in Krishna consciousness is better. Everyone acts in this world to maintain his family and their paraphernalia, but no one is working without some self-interest, some personal gratification, be it concentrated or extended. The criterion of perfection is to act in Krishna consciousness and not with a view to enjoying the fruits of work. To act in Krishna consciousness is the duty of every living entity, because all are constitutionally parts and parcels of the Supreme. The parts of the body work for the satisfaction of the whole body. The limbs of the body do not act for self-satisfaction, but for the satisfaction of the complete whole. Similarly, the living entity who acts for supreme satisfaction or for satisfaction of the supreme whole and not for personal satisfaction is the perfect sannyasi or perfect yogi. The sannyasis sometimes artificially think that they have become liberated from all material duties, and therefore they cease to perform Agnihotra Yajnas, that is fire sacrifices, but actually they are self-interested because their goal is to become one with the impersonal Brahman. Such a desire is greater than any material desire, but it is not without self-interest. Similarly, the mystic yogi who practices the yoga system with half-open eyes, ceasing all material activities, desires some satisfaction for his personal self. But a person acting in Krishna consciousness works for the satisfaction of the whole, without self-interest. A Krishna conscious person has no desire for self-satisfaction. His criterion of success is the satisfaction of Krishna, and thus he is the perfect sannyasi or perfect yogi. Lord Chaitanya, the highest perfectional symbol of renunciation, prays in this way: O mighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth nor to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. What I want only is the costless mercy of your devotional service in my life, birth after birth. Thank you.